What's up, guys? Paul here again, TRT bruh. Got in chest today. Actually been feeling like crap. My whole family got the stomach flu over the weekend and I got it on Monday. So I was actually really sucked because I lost like 4 pounds between lunchtime Monday and then the next time that I was able to eat was lunchtime Wednesday. So not a great way to go about things when you're bulky. But in any event, feeling better, back into the gym, and wanted to go ahead and post this video that I've been actually planning to do this past weekend for my review of the Nike Romaleos 2. This is a sharp looking shoe. So, for those of you who don't know, this is an Olympic lifting shoe. What it is designed to do is put your body into the best position to perform the Olympic lifts, like the snatch, the overhead squat, the clean and jerk, stuff like that. But it is very useful for bodybuilders and power lifters as well, because a lot of those movements require you to be in the same kind of positions that you use for sort of your standard powerlifting movements, such as just the regular back squat or the front squat, overhead press, even the chest press. So I had been using various different shoes over the last couple of years while I was training. I used just regular sneakers. I had used the glove type shoes, kind of like the Vibram 5 Fingers. I was actually using the Adidas Adipure ones, which I really liked for a while, but eventually they just didn't feel right. It didn't feel very stable. So actually for the last, I'd say 8 to 9 months, I've been using this shoe, which is the Nike Elastico Pro 2. This is an indoor soccer shoe. The reason that I switched to this was because I did like the feeling of being very close to the floor with the Vibram 5 Finger type shoe, but I felt that it lacked lateral stability, which is very important, especially when you're talking about deadlifts and squats. So features of this shoe that made me choose: extremely thin sole. There's no cushioning. It's hard rubber, but it's specifically designed, like I said, for indoor soccer. So the lateral stability is great. It fits your foot like a glove, and I really enjoyed using these. And that's still the shoe that I use for deadlifting. I feel like it's the best one for me, at least that style. So the reason why I decided to switch to purchase the Romaleos 2. I reached sort of a sticking point with my squats in that I was not able to get more weight on the bar. I'd kind of topped out after cutting down and building my strength back up. I got to the point where I wasn't able to get more weight on the bar because my back was basically wearing out before my legs were. And then also I had developed extreme pain in my hip flexors, specifically my left leg, and not just soreness after a workout, but actually pain during the movement. Which, if you get pain during a movement, that basically means something physically, mechanically, technically with your form, something is extremely wrong. You should not have pain during a movement. It's, again, not the same as soreness from the exercise. So going through different diagnoses, talking with different trainers and different people in the gym, basically I was having a lot of problems. I don't have any flexibility issues in my ankle, but I do have a few limiting factors. I'm a little bit bow-legged, which means for me that my lower legs, when standing straight up, don't actually line up vertically with my upper legs. So say this is my femur, my upper leg, my thigh, and this is my lower leg. Instead of being like most people, lining up and being able to squat and being vertical, my tibias actually sit a little bit off to the left, and so in order to maintain my feet stable and straight, my leg kind of does that. And so when I'm squatting and keeping my legs wide, it's a very mechanically disadvantageous position, and it was causing a lot of stress on my hip flexor specifically. Now, obviously a shoe isn't going to correct a physiological issue like that, but what it did allow me to do was keep my knees closer together. So instead of flaring out dramatically 45 degrees or more like I had been, I was able to shift that in a little bit more so that my feet were a little bit more straightforward and lining up better with my knees, and still allowing me to hit proper depth. And after 3 weeks of using these shoes, the pain during squats has completely gone away. I've gotten up to the point where I'm doing my reps for pretty much the same amount that I was maxing out at before. So all in all, it's been very, very helpful for that. I've also been using it for overhead press. Reason being is I have a tendency, again, with a lower back being kind of weak and worn out from all the squatting and the deadlifting that was taking an excess toll above what it should have been on my lower back. I had a problem when I was overhead pressing heavy of overarching my lower back, not keeping my hips and specifically my glutes and my thighs as tight as I could, keeping my core as tight as I could. So these allow me to push better through my heels, maintain my core integrity, and keep my back in a more natural position, not having to overreach and turning it into some sort of weird standing chest press. I've also been using it for bench press. I do like to get my feet pretty far behind me, or pretty far underneath me when I'm bench pressing, making sure that I'm using proper leg drive. And because the heel is elevated on these, it allows me to do that without having to overarch my lower back again. So pretty much my lower back pain has completely gone away, and my lifts are better. I'm actually, on the bench press specifically, I'm way stronger at the bottom of the lift, which was something that was really limiting me because I was having to arch so badly and I wasn't getting proper leg drive through the heels. Now I'm way stronger off of my chest, so I'm going to be able to build my bench press up faster, I believe. But all in all, it's a very expensive shoe. Mine cost $200. I got it through roguefitness.com. So they're $200, free shipping. They are a specialty shoe. You're not going to be able to find these in stores. You're going to have to go online and purchase it. But as a shoe that I'm going to be using for several years at least, because you're talking about a shoe you only use in the gym 2 to 3 times a week. You're not going to be putting a whole lot of wear and tear on the sole or anything. These shoes should last you pretty much as long as you need them to, and if they ever do break down, you're talking about years. So $200 is a solid investment for something that you're going to continue to use, in my opinion. Way more important than gloves, way more important than lifting belts, way more important than supplements. If you're serious about lifting, serious about bodybuilding, powerlifting, anything to do with weights in the gym, if you're focused on form and all the important things, do yourself a favor, invest in a shoe like this. This is probably the most expensive one on the market, but as you can tell, I'm kind of a Nike whore. The Addy Powers are a good shoe. They're about the same price. And then Rogue Fitness actually has some variations of these shoes as well that are a little bit more affordable. I would probably steer clear from the Reebok CrossFit style shoes simply because the heel is not properly elevated. It's a little bit shorter, so it gives you some of the benefit, but it's actually not to the point that most of these shoe manufacturers have decided is the appropriate amount. I believe these are a 1-inch heel or a 3/4 inch heel. I can't remember specifically, but I know the Reebok CrossFit style are like a 1/2 inch. And the other thing about the hybrid style shoes like the CrossFit shoes is that the sole is very pliable because they're made to be jumping and doing other things with, whereas these are stiff. I mean, that's as much flexion as you're going to get, so it's going to be a much more stable base to lift off of. So again, I'm using these for heavy compound lifts, these back squat, front squat, bench press, overhead press. These are strictly for deadlifting. And then my standard gym shoe that I take wear up to the gym, do all the other isolation work and all that other stuff, assistance exercises in, are these. These are my Nike Free 5.0s. These are the 2014 models in the all black. I decided to, I thought I was going to wait for the 15s to come out, but when I saw the pictures of them, I really didn't like the style, and I knew they weren't going to have the all black for a while, and I really prefer all black in a street style shoe. So that's the shoes that I wear. If you have any other questions about the Nike Romaleos or any type of Olympic lifting shoe, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Remember, today is Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. I'll have my third injection, so I'll be giving a 2-week update on how the TRT is going for me. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.